Standing here with Fifth Street Gym's own Dino Spencer in beautiful Rome, Italy. Dino, we have a couple questions from Some Kind of Fighter. First question I want to ask, how do you take boxers from European countries and develop them?
Well, we have a lot of coaches from Puerto Rico, New York City, Cuba. So we learn a lot of different things. I learn a lot of different things from all these coaches. And I incorporate their drills, their systems, their techniques, their opinions, and we try to really educate the fighter in a multitude of ways so that a fighter from Europe can come and learn new things, different things, not necessarily better things, but different things, more things. It gives them more of an arsenal when they fight, more of an arsenal to deal with training camp, with losing weight, with all the things that they need to get through, all the hurdles that come through an 8-week or 12-week camp, and then an 8 to 12 round fight. We also have the English are at the gym. We have the Brazilians. I mean, it's really international. So we learn from each other is really what it comes down to. And the more I learn, the better off the fighters are. And I'm not one of those coaches that claim for a second that I know the be-all, end-all the boxing or anything else for that matter. So if my fighters can learn a little bit from me, a little bit from a couple other people, then they'll be that much better off. If they can learn something from all of the coaches and all of the international experience we have, the world champions, the David Hayes, the Paulie Malignaggi's, the James DeGales of the world that come and train at our gym, then they'll be that much better off.
You're also very well known for training celebrities like Adriana Lima, and you've trained Matt Damon, Dave Chappelle, just to name a few. How do you balance training privates of that caliber as well as training championship boxers?
Well, I learned from Angelo Dundee, who's Muhammad Ali's trainer. Now, Muhammad Ali was the biggest star and the greatest boxer all at the same time. They kept the doors open when Muhammad trained. They let, if you want to hit the bag, you hit the bag right next to Muhammad. If you wanted to spar, he would even spar with regular Joes off the street. Regular guys who were just in the gym for exercise back in the 60s. And he was the heavyweight champion of the world. So if it was okay to keep the gym like that for him, it's okay to keep the gym like that for Adriana Lima or Matt Damon or Dave Chappelle or Jeremy Piven or David Hay or Paulie Malignaggi or James DeGale or all of them. So it's open for everybody because we're all there to do one thing, and that's to work and to box. We're not there to be actors or celebrities or anything else. We're there to work. So we're all there to learn from each other, and I really like the fighters to see how the top celebrities in the world act when they're not on camera. How humble they can be, how hardworking they can be. They're there training just as hard as everybody else, and they don't have someone trying to punch them in the face, and they're still doing it. And I like to see the celebrities to see how hard the fighters work and appreciate what it takes to really be in the ring and really fight. I like them to be ringside when they're sparring. There's no noise, no music, no light. They can really hear the punches landing. So they learn to appreciate each other and they help educate each other. And their experiences through each other help bring each other to another level of athleticism or of humility or of celebrity. They help each other on many levels. So that's how I balance it. I let it naturally balance itself out.
All right, since we got past some of the schematics, I want to ask a question. How does a fighter train on a regular day at the Fifth Street Gym? What's a training schedule like?
Basically, we have a schedule where on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we box. Technique, pads, and something we learned from the Cubans called the School of Combat, which are boxing drills, light, sparring, free sparring, and particular combinations or particular responses and counters to different scenarios. But we do it non-stop where there's 4 or 6 or 8 guys at the same time round robining with each other, going back to back to back with really no break other than the explanation of the new combination or the new technique. No break in the rounds, no rest, no water. Where they're in there for 30, 40, 50 minutes in a row. So when they're fighting a 48-minute title fight and they have 12 rounds and they get the breaks, they feel super fresh. They can continue to think as they get tired, continue to listen to direction as they get tired, continue to work on stuff with a wide variety of styles. So if you're fighting and in the 6th round your opponent decides that he's going to adapt and change and not attack anymore and start fighting defensively, well, you just go in practice from fighting a defensive style fighter to an offensive style fighter to a short fighter to a tall fighter to a fast fighter to a small fighter, and you can adjust. You have to adjust in the drills. So it makes adjusting in fights a lot more easy. Then in the evening, we do strength conditioning, typically a circuit situation. 50 seconds of an intense exercise, 10 seconds to get to the next exercise, 50 seconds of another intense one. A combination of pushing and pulling, and then cardio style, you know, running or a jumping jack or a calisthenic of some sort. And then at night, on their own, late at night, they're responsible to go for 45 minutes, an hour jog, like just for the pounding on the legs and the cardio and the fat burning for their weight management, their cardiovascular, and the pounding on the legs, because 45 minutes of moving around the ring is very similar to running when it comes down to how you're using your muscles. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, at the same time that we box, we spar. Anywhere from 2 to 12 rounds, depending on who you are, when your fight is scheduled, what sparring partners are available to you, so on and so forth. Tuesday night, we go to the track. Basically, we do a wide variety of different styles of runs, but the one core that we really repeat once a week, either 2 times, we always hit the 800s. We try to get fighters that are fighting 8-round fights to run 800s in under 3 minutes with a minute break and repeat. If they're a 12-round fighter, we try to get them to 12. If they're a 4-round fighter, and we try not to let the 4-rounders do 6 and not let the 6-rounders do 8, because at some point, hopefully, their career continues, they build up, and they gradually go up to not overrun them and overbore them. Only so many times you can throw a jab, and only so many times you can go around in a circle without it boring you. So we don't try to overtax that part of the training. We try to keep it interesting. On the other Tuesday or the other Thursday, we'll mix it up. We'll do an Indian run where the whole team is running and you're sprinting to the front of the line. Or we'll run the straights, we'll walk the turns. Some kind of varied run of some kind of track work. So that's the basic schedule. Saturday after sparring, you have off, nothing else Saturday night, and then nothing else on Sunday, and then Monday you're back at 11:30. We are on the East Coast time zone, so if you're going to fight in Europe, we try to then change things a little bit to get more particular to sparring at the time you're going to fight. If you're going to fight in Las Vegas, we do late night sparring sessions to adjust so you're doing something that's pretty similar to the time that you might fight. But basically, that's the structure of it.
All right. Well, you've been also known as training, not only here, you've trained UFC fighters like Andrei Arlovski. You've been like a bodyguard for Michael Jordan. You used to run a Kung Fu school, an MMA school. Out of all your travels and movies and fights, what's your biggest, most proud accomplishment?
Well, there's a lot of them. I mean, there's, you know, I've had obese people lose weight. I've had kids tell me how they stuck up for themselves against the bully. I had a kid won, Bilal Lagoon won his first major title, the European Championship. There's a picture that you'll see on my Instagram and stuff, him jumping in my arms. Just recently, Lazar Stojadinovic won a huge fight against a really accomplished fighter to really show the world where he is. When Tony, the Greek as I call him, Tony Kusadulu made it to the UFC, a kid that walked in my gym obese and told me he wanted to be a UFC fighter, and I told him yes, sure, no problem. And I said, as a matter of fact, no one believed me, and he made it to the UFC. The list goes on and on. Every day I live in the moment, and the one whatever I'm doing now is what's the most exciting one. You know, I'm right now. Next week I'll be in Milan with Agni Yildirim, number 3 WBC super middleweight in the world, and he's fighting. In a few weeks after that, we're going to fight for the Federal Caribbean title, WBA, with Daniele Scardina. Last week, one of my women fighters, an amateur, she won 2 fights in 7 days. I was just as thrilled about that as I will be when we win the world title. Where I am at the time, who I'm with at the time, because tomorrow's guaranteed to nobody. And yesterday's the past, so what's the difference? So who I'm with right now and where I am right today, right this minute, filming this video from that matter, I'm having a blast. So wherever I am right now is the most important thing and the most important accomplishment.
All right, well, one more last thing. If you have any advice for anyone that's going to lose weight because you've done this, or anyone that's on any kind of journey to be a fighter, give us any last words of advice.
You'd be surprised at how many people you see on top. You'd be surprised how many times they fell down, they screwed up, they messed up, they failed. And you don't see that when how many times they thought about quitting. You don't see them on top. So there's really no reason to officially quit. You can go home and tell your mom and your dad, you can tell your wife, that's it, I'm sick and tired of this. The next day you're allowed to get back up and start start again. And yesterday never happened. It doesn't mean it's irrelevant. Because before you start, as far as you ever have gone, before you ever took that first martial art class, that first boxing workout, that first jog, you did nothing before that. So when you quit and start over, you're already way better than you were then. So to just start again, it's no big deal. No one's paying that much attention to you. Don't think you're the center of the world that everyone's monitoring when you stop and start, because they're not. Only you are. So don't give yourself too much credit and don't give yourself not enough credit. There's a balance in there somewhere. Just start again. It's not the end of the world just because you feel like it is. It really, everything's going to go on with or without you. So you may as well get going and get moving and start again tomorrow.
All right, thanks a lot. We're Some Kind of Fighter. We had Dino Spencer. Thank you very much for being here in the beautiful Italy. And we'll get back to you soon.